said gruffly. "Tell Daddy about the spellin' bee." Excitement battled my tears and won.
"I won the spelling bee, Daddy. My teacher, Mrs. Fredericks, she says even though I'm only in kindergarten, I can spell as good as a third grader."
My father grinned. Seeing this grin and not wanting to lose it, I kept going.
"Do you know how old third graders are, Daddy?"
"How old, baby?" my father asked, laughing.
"They are 8, I whispered excitedly, "or sometimes 9.
"Proud of you, baby girl," my father said, his eyes shining. I beamed. When you are young, your parents are your entire world. My father was my world. If he was happy, I was happy. Uncle Joe squeezed my shoulder again. "Eva, honey, why don't you go get something from the snack machines so Daddy and I can have a word?" This was typical. At the club, everyone was always having a word, words I wasn't allowed to hear. Most times I didn't really care, since all the boys loved me and gave me lots of hugs and let me ride on their shoulders and bought me presents all the time. To a 5-year-old biker brat, an MC full of surrogate big brothers and daddies is the equivalent to a normal child being able to celebrate Christmas every day. I took my Uncle Joe's money and skipped off to the snack machines. 2 people were in line ahead of me, so I did what I always did when I was bored. I started singing. Unlike most children my age who were listening to New Kids on the Block or Debbie Gibson, I was listening to the music played around the club. A particular favorite of mine was Summertime by Janis Joplin. So there I was, shaking my butt and singing Summertime, way out of tune, waiting in line for stale potato chips in the Rikers Island family visiting room, when I heard, "You like Hendrix's too, kid?" I swiveled around and met with a pair of denim-clad legs, the knees worn clean through. I looked up and my eyes widened into light. He was tall and tan. His arms and legs were thickly muscled, and his waist was trim. His forehead was wide, his jaw strong and square. His head was shaved, only a fuzz of blonde hair showing, and his forearms were heavily tattooed with different depictions of elaborate dragons. I'd never seen a more beautiful man. Overall, he looked tailor-made from the Man Cookbook. There are 3 different types of men in this world. There are weak men, men who run and hide when life slaps them in the ass. Then there are men who have a backbone, yet occasionally, when life slaps them in the ass, will rely on others. And then there are real men. Men who don't cry or complain, who don't just have a backbone, they are the backbone. Men who make their own decisions and live with the consequences, who accept responsibility for their actions or words. Men who, when life slaps them in the ass, slap back and move on. Men who live hard and die even harder. Men like my father and my uncles. Men I loved with all my heart. Men like Deuce.
"I like Hendrix's," I said, "but Janis rules. I listen to Rose almost every single day."
He grinned down at me and dimples popped out all over the place. "I like you, kid," he said, still grinning. "You got good taste in tunes. And you've got a pair of Chucks on instead of those stupid fucking high tops everyone's wearing." He liked me. This was hands down the best day ever.
"I hate high tops,"
I said, wrinkling up my nose. He winked. Me too. I was so throwing out all my high tops when I got home. When it was my turn in line, I stood on my tiptoes and popped change into the machine. I took my time studying the selections, deciding on a small bag of salted peanuts. Moving out of the way, I watched as the man bought 2 bags of potato chips, 3 candy bars, and a big chocolate chip cookie.
"Wow," I said. "You're really hungry."
He laughed. "Not for me." He pointed across the room. "My old man." I spared a quick glance at my father and Uncle Joe. Their heads were bowed over the table, still having a word.
"Can I meet him?"
I asked. His eyebrows popped. He's kinda cranky." I laughed. All the men I knew were kinda cranky. I slipped my hand in his and looked up, ready to go meet his father. His hand was warm and comfortable like my bed was after I'd slept in it all night. He stared down at our joined hands, his expression confused. "Ready," I told him, tugging on his hand. Shrugging, he led me to a nearby table where an older man with a long...